watching the ESPN Garage, presented by Dickies Workwear.
This program is available on ESPN2 HD.
Travis Pastrana, already a household name on two wheels, is making the move to four. The defending X Games and Rally America champ has a target on his back. His title defense starts right now. Rally racing has joined the X Games, and this classic motorsport has been reborn in the United States. Over 50 cars will start every Rally America event, but only the top 7 will be invited to Los Angeles and X Games 13. The road to glory starts in Lewiston, Michigan at the Snowdrift Rally. Hello again, Paul Page here with ESPN Rally analyst Bill Wood and two-time national champion co-driver Natalie Richard.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I won this event with my brother Pat in 2005, and winter rallies are actually my favorite surface to compete on. This is a great time of the year. There's 50 teams here, the cars look great, the drivers are optimistic, and so far, everyone's still a winner. But that's not going to last for long. First on the road are Paul Schwanier and Mark Williams.
Paul Schwanier, or Thumper to his rally fans, is a 7-time national champion, 6 in a row, 43. He's coming out of retirement, prove he's still the fastest to qualify for the X Games. His car is a Hyundai Tiburon, and calling the notes is co-driver Mark Williams.
Paul was born and raised in Vermont, so it's no surprise that he loves racing in the snow. Let's take a look at the Snowdrift course. We're in northern Michigan, Monroe County to be precise.
Paul's Snowdrift is a 2-day event. The teams will cover 17 special stages, totaling 125 miles.
And if you're new to rally racing, the special stages are closed sections of public roads where flat-out racing takes place.
These roads are covered in snow, but because this area got its first snowfall just last week, there aren't any snowbanks here to help keep the cars on the roads. This is what rally teams call winter conditions with summer ditches. If you look at the road, there's about ½ an inch of snow here. Underneath that, polished ice. And if you go even further, hard-packed frozen gravel, which leads to a very interesting tactical choice. What tires to use? Different drivers, different choices.
First rally of the year, baby. First stage. Game on.
Next up, Travis Pastrana in the 199 Subaru.
Remember, we don't allow studded tires in Rally America events, so choosing the right tire compound and tread pattern is the key. Travis, just like Paul Schwanier, has chosen Michelin C5 snow tires. It's a really narrow tire with an aggressive tread. They kind of cut through all the snow and get down to where they can find traction.
You can see how slippery it is. The drivers are taking it a bit easy at the start, just trying to get the feel of the roads and the pace. Tanner Faust used to teach winter driving in Colorado. He's right at home. And as we continue to meet our cast of front runners all the way from Perth, Australia, this is Andrew Pinker, co-driven by Britain's Robbie Durant.
A driver much more accustomed to the snow is Canadian Andrew Conry Picard. There he is. He won here last year. He's got a brand new Evo for 2007. Slow Boy Racing are the backers. All these guys are in the top open class machines developing 300 horsepower or more.
But Latvian ace Otis Dimiters and co-driver Alan Ockwell show them all that you don't need the big power on the snow. They're the fastest over the first 3 stages. The 2 leaders started back in the field, and they were both running Yokohama Intermediates. The track was getting faster, but the tires were right.
Tell me how the rally's going for you so far. You're obviously doing really well because you're in 3rd place.
I have never been so nervous starting a rally because it's the first rally of the season, but we got a puncture a few miles in, and so I was thinking, oh no, all is lost, and luckily it only cost us 12 seconds.
It may be a surprise to some of the top drivers. Otis Dimiters is leading the rally.
I'm speechless. I think the slow is fast in these conditions. My co-driver Alan tells me, just don't think about anything. Just drive like you're driving before. Just have fun. So that's what I'm trying. I'm trying not to think so that we're leading. Yay!
Driving on the ice is something that you learn over time. It is very, very humbling.
I think it's very difficult to know how slow you have to go in order to go fast.
If you're driving to where you think you're going too slow, you're probably right about on.
In the ice and the snow, you turn the wheel, and the car will turn, but it's going to take you a lot longer.
You have a scarce, small amount of traction or grip on the ice, and how you choose to use that is ever so important.
But one of the secrets of winter driving is to kind of test out the road before you hit the corner. You actually brake a bit, but then you overcompensate by revving the wheels up again and breaking loose on the brakes. So you actually get a feel of what the road is giving you, what the terrain is like.
Entering the corner even just a little bit slower than necessary to give yourself a safety buffer, and then it also gives you a faster speed down the next straightaway.
I'm constantly looking in front of the car and down the road to see the conditions and how they change and where I can find grip.
Because not every corner is the same. It could be black ice, it could be deep snow, or
if there's a little bit of dirt or something had kind of gone through, then maybe you got a little more traction there.
I've found that any time you're going to gain is offset by the very distinct possibility you're going to find that icy patch.
Every corner can be different because of where the sun has hit the road, or if it's warmed up during the day and gotten cold at night. Like, the conditions constantly change.
Picking a good line and, always just kind of taking a little bit more conservative than you think.
My lessons learned from last year in the snowdrift to try and do better this year is not to crash while in the lead.
The crews faced 3 night stages before the end of day 1, and Pastrana was on the attack. Despite not having his full set of driving lights, the defending champion opened up a lead.
Comrade Picard was pushing 2, closing on Travis. This spin forced him to settle for second place.
The final stage in deep snow was won by the hard-charging Aussie Andy Pinker.
Long crest over 70, 20 left, 4 minus. Repeat, long crest, 20 left, 4 minus.
We've had 7 special stages, 5 different winners. All of the fast guys are still running, and tomorrow you'll see them turn up the pace. Travis Pastrana leads Snowdrift. You're watching Rally America on ESPN2.
Rally America on ESPN is presented by Subaru. Always ready. It's what makes a Subaru. And by the new game Xbox Magazine calls the best racer on Xbox 360 yet, Dirt.
Snowdrift Day 2. It's a bit warmer, but we've got a nasty combination of snow, freezing rain, and hail, which is going to make for some slippery road conditions. Yesterday, we had 7 competitive stages with 5 different winners, leaving Travis Pastrana in the lead. He's first on the road.
Travis would have to watch his lead get chipped away over the next set of stages, leading by 20 at the start of the day. Pastrana would be trailing by 7 seconds behind Tanner Faust at the time the cars arrived for service in Atlanta, Michigan.
Here's an exciting driver, Matt Johnson, the production GT champion from North Carolina. He tied for the fast time on stage 8 with this guy, Tanner Faust, from the Rockstar Sims team.
The pace really picked up.
They were being careful earlier, Paul, but now with the end of the rally in sight, they're really throwing down some aggressive driving.
Here's the number 2 driver for Subaru Rally Team USA, Ken Block. He'll win stage 11. And Paul Chouanier, he stuck with the skinny Michelin C5 snow tires that gave him the advantage in the deep stuff, but he's off the pace when the road gets icy. But the star of day 2 was Tanner Faust, the leader after 11 stages. This was his first drive with the Sims team, and they must have been delighted with their new American driver.
Sims is a big manufacturer in Japan. Their racing team is based in Belgium, and they run all over the world in the Production World Championship. It's great to see an international team of that caliber in America.
So Faust leads over Pastrana. Chouanier, Pinker, and ACP are back a bit, but there's a very long 25-mile stage coming up.
I'm with Christian Edstrom. Christian, I've been asking around and everyone's being coy with me. Co-driver to co-driver, what are you guys going to do on the long 25-miler stage?
Well, I don't think Travis and I are playing coy. On the 25-miler, we're going to put on new tires and we're going to go for it. You've got only about 15 stage miles left after that, so that 25-miler is the rally.
I'm here with Andrew Comrie Picard. Are you going to repeat your win from last year?
Well, it's a snow rally, so anything can happen. I mean, we've got 4 guys in front of us now. You know, in a 25-mile stage, of the 5 of us, somebody's going to have a problem, and I just want to make sure it's not me.
2, 1.
Okay,
go.
Here we go. Stage 13, riding with Travis Pastrana, who is back in the lead.
He gambled and went out on an intermediate tire. It worked great on the short stage 12, but now it's starting to snow heavily again.
Halfway through now.
Right 5 into left 5 long.
We got a flat left rear.
Right 4 plus, opens, tightens 4 minus. You got 12 miles to go.
Let's go.
Rather than
Okay.
lose 2.5 minutes changing the tire, he's going to drive it out the last 12 miles.
There's a split time, 3 miles from the end.
We tend to focus on the front drivers here, but there's drama all the way through the field of 48 starters. The rookie team of Robert and Mariusz Borowicz been flying their Subaru WRX STI, but now they're really flying. Look at this. They were posting top 10 times until, oh, wow. No injuries other than financial. We hope to see Robert and Mariusz back soon.
Andrew Comray Picard, ACP to his friends, and Mark Goldfarb chose snow tires for the big stage. Clearly the right choice. And their split time will prove it. 21 minutes, 17 seconds. 34 seconds faster than Pastrana, and the stage isn't over yet.
Paul, we're riding with Pinker and Durant here.
Pinker's split time is 2 seconds slower than ACP, but fast enough to catch Pastrana in the overall lead. Paul Schwanier knew it would come down to this. He sacrificed earlier so he'd be on the right tire on the 25-miler. At the split, he's the fastest.
Left 3 plus opens.
Riding with Travis. Watch this. There's a snowmobiler racing him beside the road.
This guy can't be doing this. And stop here.
Stop.
Yep, we're throwing a red cross here.
Paul, the Rally America rules are very clear. If a spectator is at risk, and he was, the drivers have to stop and the stage thrown.
That's a lucky break for Tanner Faust and Travis Pastrana, who both had flat tires. They get a mulligan. The loser had to be Paul Schwanier.
I don't think you want to hear what I have to say, but I'll talk to you later. I'm not feeling really positive right about now.
The top 5 leaderboard after 14 stages. Had stage 12 not been canceled, he'd have been 5th, but instead Tanner Faust leads by 3.7 seconds. With just 17 stage miles to go, Snowdrift is down to a 2-horse race.
We were smiling quite big during that stage. We definitely had the right tires on, and it was going very well. We were having a very good stage, and I actually caught sight of the car in front of me, so I knew that I was putting a lot of time on the cars, and I was a bit frustrated there, but you know what? You just sometimes got to live and go on.
Tanner Faust bounces his Subi off banks, looking for every bit of traction. He stretches his tenuous lead over Travis Pastrana to 10 seconds. But his bobble on stage 15 changes everything. He loses less than 13 seconds, but it's enough. If Travis has a secret weapon, it's his uncanny ability to focus when under pressure. He held on to win by 6.3 seconds.
Tanner's been kicking our butt all afternoon. Honestly, if he beat us on that stage, all the power to the guy. It's going to be an awesome season.
Round 1 goes to Pastrana. His Subaru USA team is undefeated since last summer's X Games.
We had 8 different stage winners here in Michigan. Any of them could have won the whole thing. Travis drove well and deserved the win, but he got lucky too. It's going to be a great season.
And that's a story from Snowdrift, but don't go away. After the break, we've got more from the rally in the 100-acre wood.
The quest for X Games glory shifts to Missouri, to the 100-acre wood, round 2 of the 2007 Rally America Championship. Travis may have won round 1, but you certainly couldn't say he dominated. The 16 stages were won by 8 different drivers. Snowdrift was all about tire choice and car control. But here in Missouri, the emphasis will now be on power and high-speed handling.
Paul, we're in Salem, Missouri, a 2-day event. 15 special stages, just over 100 miles. There are great roads here, fast and smooth, top speeds at 125 miles an hour with 85-mile-an-hour averages. Drivers love these 100-acre woods, just like Winnie the Pooh.
First away, Ken Block and Alessandro Gelsomino.
Kings 120 into third.
They won here last year. This is Ken's favorite rally, and these roads love him too.
Right from the start, Block spanked it, taking over 1 second per mile off the rest of the field in his Subaru. Andrew Comrade Picard and Mark Goldfarb stayed close.
This is Raman Lagaman in the Cascade Autosports Mitsubishi. Lagaman was a factory Subaru driver a few years back, and this is his first event in a Mitsu.
And how about Tanner Faust, the Hollywood stunt driver and drifting champion? Now watch this. He's going left. Whoa, up on the right side, slams it down. Everything's fine. He backs it up.
Watch his front wheels turn to the right as he saves this thing from rolling over. He's a stunt driver, did the driving in Tokyo Drift. He was the Drift King.
Andrew Pinker and Robbie Durant are off to a poor start. A flat tire on stage 3 has them down in 9th place.
Right 6 plus over crest, complete right 6 plus over crest, mid, log on right 30, left 4 in over jump here, stay right over 30, turn left 4 long.
Paul Schwanier is back in his Hyundai with longtime co-driver Jeff Becker.
At 56, Becker holds the record as the oldest competitor ever at X Games.
They were running top 10 before a rear suspension problem. Hyundai used to pay the bills for this team, but not anymore.
Travis Pastrana running in 4th spot. He felt the engine was down a bit on power. Whatever the reason, he just couldn't match the pace of his teammate Ken Block. After 3 stages, Ken Block leads by 10 seconds.
The competition is much stiffer than any other year that I've competed.
All the top drivers from North America are here.
Last year it was me and Travis and Ken at most of the events. Some other people were showing up every once in a while.
A lot of guys like Tanner Faust, we saw him at X Games. He was doing absolutely unbelievable. Top 3 when his, got a flat. That was his first time in an open car. He's got an open car for the whole season. I'm scared to death.
Tanner's a good guy, good guy. Travis and I have a lot of confidence coming out of last year, and I think we're both going to be extremely quick.
But now there's some serious competition that's going to be out there at every single rally.
I've ridden now in Travis Pastrana's car several times. Any excuse to get in there and see what his driving style is like, and he's good.
To go up against Colin McRae in the X Games and actually take him on, that's an incredible feat for someone so young, and it's very promising.
Got a really good team backing him, and I think he's matured as a driver. I think he's going to be a real good competitor.
That's good fun. It's got a good espresso machine. Is that the wrong answer?
Pinker is back. He's somebody who I think even if somehow you get ahead of him, he's somebody who can, at the last stages of the rally, creep up on you and pass you.
But I know he's super quick out there, and he's taken overall runs, and whenever I speak to him, which has been briefly so far, seems like a gent.
This year, they're all here. They're all here for the season. They're all here for the championship. There are 10 guys that could win this event tomorrow, and I'm stoked. This is going to be awesome.
I'm here with Ken Block, the man who has won all 3 stages so far. Ken, tell me about your rally to date.
Well, for my first stages back on gravel since last October, it feels really good. I got right back into it and had a lot of confidence and just really enjoyed these roads up here.
Block is an interesting character, the founder of DC Shoes, who got into rallying as a sponsor of Travis Pastrana. Sponsor fell in love with the sport, turns out to be really good at it. He's a factory rally driver, and today he's leading the field.
Lagaman wins special stage 4. Then we come to these Missouri low water bridges. It's a concrete pad placed just at the water. Cars normally go slow across it, but this is racing.
Matt Iorio and Ole Holter are pushing hard, the engine down on power. It's killing them on the high-speed straight.
That's O'Sullivan and Putnam. That water is no good for the electrics.
As for the championship leader, Travis Pastrana, he's still in the hunt. 39 seconds behind his teammate Ken Block, but less than 4 seconds behind ACP for that 3rd podium spot. There's a lot of rally left. Don't go away.
Rally America on ESPN is presented by the new game Xbox Magazine calls the best racer on Xbox 360 yet, Dirt, and by Subaru, always ready. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Day 2 of the rally in the 100-acre wood, and the weather has drastically changed. Yesterday I was wearing sunglasses, and today we're all ducking from the wind and the rain. What this means for the drivers is that instead of the dry, dusty roads that they had yesterday, today they're going to be on slick, muddy roads. And that was going through the minds of all the drivers last night as they were thinking of their strategy for road position for today. Nobody wants to be the first car to find those slick, muddy, tricky spots.
One thing that didn't change, Natalie, is the dominance of Ken Block. He continues to crush All comers in Missouri, the real pressure is on the guys trying to catch him. Like Ramana Lagaman, second after day one. It turns out that his Mitsubishi doesn't like the low water bridges.
No, it didn't, Paul. He didn't seem to be taking it all that aggressively, but obviously the water knocked off a turbo hose or something, because look what happens next. Look at the glow on Ramana's face.
Whoa, fire. That's never a good sign. They're out. And that moves Pastrana and Edstrom up to third behind Comrade Picard and Goldfarb.
120.
Now watch what happens to Pastrana on this next water crossing. They get soaked inside the car. That happened to me once. No, the wipers won't help the water. That's on the inside. Lachlan O'Sullivan's whole season sponsor package depends on qualifying and running well at the X Games. He's charging.
So are GT class leaders Matt Johnson and Jeremy Wimpy.
Jump into a left 4.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a flat tire, Paul, on the right side. Not good for a left turn. A big crash, crew uninjured, cars toast. That leaves the production GT win to Stefan Verdier. The carnage continues. Pinker had 2 flat tires, then retired with a broken fuel pump at the service.
Lachlan, we had some torrential rainstorms. It's let up a bit for us now, but how was it on the roads?
It's crazy, especially with a car without a heater. Every time we come in, we have a little niggling problem here and there, and it's just been affecting our times just a little bit. But I think if things go well from here on out, hopefully we'll get a podium position.
Travis, things are going well for you.
Yeah, definitely. They got the Subaru really, it wasn't down much, but it was down a little bit of power today. The stage times can still faster, but honestly, I'm just happy to be somewhat on pace. I have yet to win a stage, and that's a little frustrating, but back top 3 is where we want to be.
With Ken Block possibly backing off just a bit, the battle was for second place. O'Sullivan won a pair of stages. Travis finally scored on stage 11 and followed through by winning 12 and 13. Comrade Picard scored 2 wins in the late going.
Caution, 70, turn right 3 plus, deceptive.
But an intermittent fuel delivery problem negated those gains.
Left 4 minus, stay in. Problem? Engine dead, okay.
Ken Block had this event under control from the start.
Paul, I had drivers tell me they were just shocked at the tracks that Ken was leaving, totally committed in using all the roads and ditches. They kept expecting him to crash, but he didn't.
Now, Ken,
wow.
I know you are a lot happier than you were at the end of Snowdrift.
That was a good weekend. I'm really stoked on this race. These roads and this event is just amazing, and man, I can't tell you how good it feels right now. I am beyond myself.
Well, congratulations, you were flying.
Thank you, Natalie. Really appreciate it.
For the second year in a row, the victory goes to Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino.
Pastrana Edstrom take second place. Comrade Picard and Goldfarb complete the podium. O'Sullivan and Faust round out the top 5.
Now the real story lies with the back runners like Paul Schwinier, Ramana Lagaman, and Seamus Burke, who have yet to qualify for the X Games and need to pull out something big for the Oregon Trail Rally.
Pastrana leads the championship after 2 rallies. The top 5 are all looking pretty solid. The Rally America battle resumes on July 27th. Don't miss it.
For Paul